struck by what Rachel had said earlier about writers should try to see the future. And I've been doing a lot of work in poetry, not so much trying to see the future, but trying to feel it. And I thought I'd share this poem in that vein. A devastation of unknown magnitude. To the small star inside, we set up a makeshift rotation that gives us each a momentary relief. Watching is a rudimentary course of action, and we detail each thought as it appears. This is a gentle activity, despite the aggressiveness of the surround. A thought is the beginning of an opening, and we work diligently to trace its aperture, the outline of its extent. When he tells us he simply doesn't know and is unable to track any origins, we recognize the rotation has failed. The small star inside is an obvious integer, but to this he has become blind. Our job is simple, but can lead to a devastation of unknown magnitude. The inconclusiveness of feelings that arise move with a heat and dynamism analogous to the surface of the sun. In the end, our documents amount to the need for a primary mother. One member of our party becomes obsolete. A simple fact of memory. A simple fact of memory built up into the outline of an impossible war. Impossible for its lack of virtual accoutrements, for its general inconceivability in terms of casualties or lost names. It is always inappropriate to dance in these moments, unless under a halo of black tears. Always inappropriate to laugh in these hours, unless one's hands are tied, unless your back is up against a veridical wall. The elapse translates into a ritual value, the way I imagine you handling a black coffee cup, a torn hem, or a slipper someone left on her way quickly out a shutting door. There are always material realities or vestiges against which the spirit breathes. If fog is a manifestation, the invisible water in us frozen into a semblance of a body or ghost, then words too must be the dark water inside, brought out from the sharp effort of thinking, of being, of the space that fictionally stands between them. As a representation, memory malingers, carries its own uneasy fragrance. As a fact, memory supplants us always from the real and takes us into the mysterious heaviness of dreams, allegories, fictions we string together from the inside out like so many beads of moisture on a filament or gathered haphazardly on a lens. An evident climate. Around the Arctic is an imagined circle, and its resolve depends on our shared imagining. We keep it knit there in a version of stasis with our most basic comprehension, or having to triangulate with harsh extremities from vast distances. That circle might now be shrinking, or vast quantities of it reduced to fail. Sun blindness is no longer an epiphenomenon, an attendant attitude of danger buried under mounds of white noise. As a roving brilliance, those caught in it truly reckon it as the meanest light. Its crackling is a great disturbance, but the surface of the sea quietly absorbs even the deepest, most damaging frequencies. If brightness is a quantity and oceans ride heaving around it, if the life forms that manipulate and characterize the wintry impossible we imagine are true, then we must resolve ourselves to differences at this, the cold navel of the world. And I wanted to share from this other piece I'm working on called Korea What Is. And I've been doing a lot of thinking about how we imagine spaces, and particularly how ethnic or racially cast bodies are constantly imagined with this tie to a distant space, a distant geography, whether or not that's lived. And for me, Korea as a second-generation immigrant, but born here, really takes on the space of a fantasy, of a fiction. And I liken it a lot to flying a kite, this sense of being tied or tethered to something that sometimes is invisible and yet powerful and moves you. And yet that tenuous connection is so slender. And so this is just me thinking through how is Korea imagined? What are the fabrics that go into it? So I'll just share a couple parts from this. Korea, what is? An impossibility, and of what potentials can you enumerate? Phase 1, resource depletion. Phase 2, infrastructural failure. Phase 3, Phase 4. Phase 5, active resistance. Phase 6. Phase 7, the formation of a new national leadership. Gnarly chaos and the ultimate fog of war. Across kite, my link to the sky pinned up into the wafting blueness there. Grafted together, folded like a paper coat, a hidden oath like a never-worn gold ring. Wait, I thought this was the beginning of skin. That may be an indication of what lies ahead. A nomenclature of division, of parts and wholes, sum to sums. Grant him a visa, he who eats with a spoon. Document a tattered list of names. Henceforth a circulation in pieces, spectated from the other side of the globe, here in miniature, are not written on my midriff in bold. There is no going back, he warned. The same point the Challenger exploded, the moment when things are most likely to go wrong. Chemical production sites, biological weapons sites, uranium enrichment sites. Would they fight if there were an unforeseen rebellion? A sound recording of Ekuka, streamed images of Jubilee. One generation will simply have to die. Leading to a vastness, do not paraphrase. What is the nature of this landing? What is the color of that plane? And who are you to venture outward, staggering in the gale, or the way a shoe tempered? Thank you so much.